Yeah, cricket takes the spotlight now on this Thursday edition of the SportsMax Zone. West Indians, Andre Russell 2 for 21 and Sunil Narine 1 for 30 helped the Kolkata Knight Riders register a convincing 80-run win over defending champions Sunrisers Hyderabad in match 15 of the Indian Premier League earlier on Thursday. Centre-back, the Knight Riders recovered from 2 for 16 in the third over to post 200 for 6 on the back of Venkatesh Iyer's entertaining 29-ball 60. In their reply, Sunrisers lost wickets at regular intervals before eventually being bowled out for 120 in 16.4 overs. Varun Chakravarthi ended pick of the bowlers with 3 for 22, while Vayav Arora had 3 for 29. The win sees KKR climb to 5th on the points table with 2 wins from 4. Sunrisers are rooted at the foot on 2 points, winning just 1 of their 4 matches so far. Let's get some reactions then from both captains. First, Pat Cummins from Sunrisers Hyderabad, then Ajinkya Rahane for the Kolkata Knight Riders.
Yeah, not a great night tonight. Look, I think in the middle innings break, we thought 200 was definitely gettable. Pretty good wicket. Probably left a few too many in the field, and then, obviously fell well short.
This game was really important for us, and winning with big margin. That was really crucial. I think starting off with, batting first, losing the toss. Even we wanted to bowl first on this wicket. But again, the discussion was all about, when we lost 2 wickets, Queenie and Sunny. Consolidate till 6 overs, play with intent but play cricketing shots, and then when we have wickets in hand after 10-11 overs, guys down the order can get as many runs as possible. So that's what we wanted to do. Overall, I'm really happy with the batting unit. Last 2 games were not up to the mark for us, but again, we learned a lot from our mistakes, and it's again staying in the moment. This game has happened, but I think this is a great example for us as a batting unit to learn from this game and take it forward.
Yeah, take it forward indeed. So the 2 West Indian veterans, Andre Russell and Sunil Narine, on the winning side today with the Kolkata Knight Riders. Lance and Mariah.
Yeah, and I just want to start my discussion point from what the captain just said, learning from their mistakes and moving forward. And I think with the team that they have, just remember when we entered in this match, I was, of course, amazed at Kolkata Knight Riders. When I say we, my producer is telling me we. When I say we, I mean all of us as a team. When we entered into this match, I don't have a team in the IPL. When we all entered into this matchup, Kolkata Knight Riders was at the bottom of the table. And it's something that I would have pointed out on the show the couple of times we discussed the IPL. Now notice after this match and this win, Kolkata Knight Riders moves up into the table, higher up into the table, I believe 5th or something like that. But as a result of getting this win, and I just want to say that, I felt as if the errors, 5th according to the points table, the errors that they would have made in the previous matches, as the captain just said, they took keen notice of it and they, tried to rectify that. Unfortunate, I still have not seen Sunil Narine, hit those balls like we like to see him do. A bit unfortunate. Andre Russell as well with the bat didn't really fire, but of course, among the wicket takers today. So, Kolkata Knight Riders, a team to watch very, very closely. And as we said, it's a lot of IPL matches to play. So, as I explained just now, you can be at the bottom of the table today, 1 win, and now you move into 5th position.
Yeah, that's true. Although no team likes to lose, even though losing at this stage of the competition is not an irreparable position. And I just wonder about Kolkata Knight Riders and their consistency, because they have played 4, won 2, lost 2. The 2 matches they lost badly, I think with 23 balls to spare and 40-odd balls to spare. Converse to the 2 matches that they have won very impressively, winning with almost 20 balls to spare, and today winning by 80 runs. So their consistency is an issue at the moment. Problems for the Sunrisers Hyderabad, because they won their opening game and then lost 3 in a row. So they've got to get their act together. I can't say that their captain, Pat Cummins, looked devastated, because he recognizes that there is a lot of cricket left to be played. But each time I see him in a post-match interview, after he loses, he looks to be struggling a little bit for some answers as to why the team isn't really clicking the way he wants. But as I said, the format of the tournament allows for teams to take time to get their their game going and their rhythm going. So I'll see what happens there. But Kolkata needs to be steadier.
Yes, Sunrisers though, Ricardo, I know you're going to make your point. They have one of my favorite batsmen, a player that I like to watch, Heinrich Klaasen, and he's somebody I enjoy watching in the CPL. So as a result, you know, I look forward to watching him in the IPL. He was the top scorer for them today, and I felt apart from him, Ricardo, nobody else came to the party. So if Heinrich Klaasen doesn't fire, what happens to their batting?
You know, it's interesting. I was watching Klaasen today take on Sunil Narine. And I was thinking to myself, 10 years ago, there is nobody who would have even the audacity to try and take on Sunil Narine, much less be successful at doing it. Took Narine over deep mid-wicket a couple of times. And Narine had a good day, 1 for 30. That over that Klaasen took him on went for 15. So he had like 3 other overs for 15 runs. But I was just there thinking to myself, Lance and Mariah, that 10 years ago, nobody would take on Sunil Narine like that. And as I said, it's not as if he was bowling badly, how times have changed. But yes, Klaasen is a top-notch player. So much power, so much skill. Quite often to the spinners, he bats deep in the crease, which gives him more time and more opportunities to hit big, especially over on the onside. And yes, today again, he showed a lot of that quality, and it was really good to see. Not for Sunil Narine, though. That was the first 6 that you just saw there, where he stayed deep inside his crease. Then Narine went fuller the very next delivery, and he slugged him over deep mid-wicket again. Should have had him, though, Sunil Narine. Took the outside edge. The keeper took the catch, appealed. Nobody else seemed interested, but it was a pretty healthy edge. And unfortunate for Narine that he didn't get the wicket. But, yeah, top win for Kolkata Knight Riders.
Yeah, and quick question, Ricardo, because I know you're paying key attention based on the points that you would have made on previous shows to the Windies players and everything. Now, we already know Sunil Narine is not in that discussion. But Andre Russell, he looks really fit. You saw the catch that he just took, and it made me want to ask you that question. What are your thoughts?
Well, again, you're right. He does look fit, and he's looked that way since last year. He wanted to play last year's World Cup. He got himself in excellent shape. He wanted that to be his last World Cup, but he subsequently said that, listen, if I am needed by Darren Sammy and the West Indies setup, then I'll be available. It was interesting when I heard him do an interview and say that nobody is really coming through to snatch that role of being able to assist with the ball, but also being a top quality finisher. He said all-rounder. I'm being a little bit more specific to what you're looking for in the T20 game. He did name Romario Shepherd as a quality potential replacement, but just based on how he sounded, Lance and Mariah, I got the distinct impression that he was saying none of these current West Indies all-rounders are the finished product. And because they are not the finished product, it still leaves room for him to be in the setup. And he, because of that, still wants to be in the setup. So that was quite interesting. And I think for Andre Russell, it will be about management, load management. So I think he will play. When he plays and how much he plays, I think it's going to be a continuous conversation between himself and the all-format coach, Darren Sammy.
Yeah, one of the issues as well, apart from talking about the all-rounder role that he plays in the team as a batter and as a bowler, he's also used in death bowling a lot.
Yes.
And since the retirement of Dwayne Bravo, the West Indies has struggled with the death bowling. Russell isn't always successful in death bowling, but we've seen him being efficient with death bowling. Romario Shepherd is inconsistent with his death bowling. He's good today. He's good sometimes and not good other times. You're suggesting there, Ricardo, that he's more often bad than good.
I felt he had one really good year.
Yes.
And outside of that,
not much.
Not much.
But I think it's something he's been working on, because I interviewed him on In Case
All the
You Missed
players
It.
are working on it, Mariah.
Yeah.
How does it go, Lance? You know that old saying?
The proof of the pudding
is in
the eating.
There you go.
Okay, both of y'all. All right. Okay, back to the point, Lance.
Yeah, that was it. I'm just saying that I understand Andre Russell's appetite to continue playing, especially if he isn't seeing anyone delivering consistently and as clinically as the team would want. Not that Andre Russell has performed clinically for the West Indies in international cricket consistently. So, you know, there's that question mark about him as well. Consistently, I said. The producer.
I was thinking about it, but okay.
You would not disagree with what I just said?
I'm not sure right now. Tomorrow I'll tell you.
Okay, so let me ask you a question then. Andre Russell, representing the West Indies, has been consistently good and effective. True or false?
True or false? He
I'm
made
not
it easy
sure. I'll
for
tell you tomorrow.
You're not sure?
The producer says when he doesn't do well with the ball, he does well with the bat. If he doesn't do well with the bat, he does well with the ball.
And he's good, a
or
good
he's
fielder
brilliant
too.
in the field.
Okay. This is T20 cricket we're talking about. Because,
Yes.
to be honest with you, I was thinking about white ball cricket. So maybe we are not on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
I'm speaking specifically
About
to
T20.
T20 cricket
Okay.
because,
Okay.
well, in all honesty, that's all he's played for
Recently.
the West Indies
Okay.
in
Yeah.
recent times.
Consistent.
Consistently.
Okay.
All right.
I hear
Okay.
you. Yeah.
Do you expect KKR to finish high up in the table?
Yes, I think so.
All right.
I think they will. Yeah.
All right. Well, what we do know is the IPL lives on your home of champions. We have a lot of cricket to go, so we'll be watching it very, very closely. And as we wrap up this segment, this cricket segment, I remind you to stay with us because on the other side of the break, Lance Whitaker will have his presentation of At the Track. Don't go anywhere.